Hi friends, today to put Maysilee Donner from the Hunger Games book series into the spotlight. Maysilee Donner has a pretty big impact throughout the series, despite the fact that she's not even alive during the time of this story. For those of you who haven't read the books and therefore don't know who Maysilee Donner is, here's a little backstory. I'll go through the backstory in the same order pretty much as we discover it through the books. Candace is friends with Madge, who is the daughter of the mayor of District 12. The two girls aren't super close, but they're close enough that they spend time together inside and outside of school. When Candace is raped for the 74th Hunger Games, Madge comes and says goodbye to her.
You have 3 minutes.
During the short meeting that the two girls have together, Madge gives Katniss a pin that she sometimes wears. We know this pin as the Mockingjay pin.
What's this?
That's a Mockingjay.
How much?
We later learn that this pin belonged to Madge's aunt. Candace doesn't understand why Madge would give her her aunt's pin, but she also doesn't question the girl. During the beginning of the second book, Candace, Prim and their mother are watching the announcement for the new Quarter Quell.
That every 25 years, there would be a Quarter Quell.
During this announcement, President Snow recalls the other two Quarter Quells that have already passed. Candace's mother suddenly tells her daughters that her childhood best friend, Maysilee Donner, was actually in the 50th Hunger Games. Candace assumes that this had never been brought up before because her mother wasn't ready to tell the girls how her best friend died. Later, Katniss and Peter are watching old tapes of some of the old Hunger Games so that they can prepare themselves and know who it is they'll be up against. They decide to watch the 50th Hunger Games. They realize they won't be up against Haymitch as he's their mentor, but it's the only tape of a Quarter Quell that they have and it might help them get an advantage for this Quarter Quell. While watching the reapings, they see Maysilee Donner get reaped.
As usual, ladies first.
Peter points out that one of the two girls that's hugging Maysilee looks a lot like Katniss's mother. Katniss realizes that it is her mother and remembers that Maysilee was her best friend. However, there's another girl hugging Maysilee who looks surprisingly like Katniss's friend Madge. She realizes this young girl is Madge's mother and Maysilee was that girl's twin. This means that Maysilee Donner was Madge's aunt, which means that the Mockingjay pin that belonged to Madge's aunt used to belong to Maysilee Donner, a previous tribute. Maysilee did really well on her games, especially considering she was from District 12. She actually made it to the top 5 of 48 tributes. Her and Haymitch had allied together early on in the games. However, they decided by the time they got to top 5 to split up the alliance so they wouldn't be faced having to kill each other if they were the last two left. A few minutes after they made this decision, Maysilee actually died. She wasn't killed by a tribute, she was killed by birds with really long beaks that stabbed her through the neck. Haymitch unfortunately witnessed this but was too late to save her. After Maysilee's death, her twin, Madge's mother, never recovered from the shock and suffered from crippling headaches for the rest of her life. Maysilee's parents decided to give Katniss's mother her songbird. Maysilee was extremely attached to her pet songbird and they wanted Katniss's mother to have it because the two girls had been so close. Maysilee's name isn't actually a name that exists in our world, it was completely made up for this story. However, it does have the name May in it, and May is one of the months of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. Spring symbolizes a renewal of life and hope. Her surname, Donner, comes from the old German word Donner, which means thunder. Maysilee and the rest of Madge's family were not present in the movies. This is because developing so many other characters would have taken screen time away from other aspects of the story which were deemed more important. Would you have liked to see Maysilee, Madge and the rest of the family in the movies, or do you agree that it makes sense to cut it and leave more time to other events from the story? Please tell me in the comment section down below. And until next time, happy bubbles! Thanks so much for watching this video and thank you to my Patreon bubblers for supporting the channel. If you want to see any of my other Hunger Games videos, you can click on the box on the left to find out what was the original idea for the third Quarter Quell. Or you can click on the box on the right to find out if Haymitch would have volunteered for Peter during the events of Catching Fire. Thanks for liking this video, subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell.